Hey guys, this is Aaron Lewis back for that video that I told you that I was going to be doing in my 40-gallon reveal, and it is just going through all my Nano aquariums that I just have on the shelving unit beside me here. And I just have a couple issues actually that I want to address with you guys, hoping that maybe some aquarium lovers out there will know what to do. So I'm going to get stuck into that. Now, I'm not certain how long it's going to be for. I say quick, but it's probably going to be like 8 minutes plus on the entire video. So I would greatly appreciate if you guys stayed to the end, just because I do have a couple of issues to address in it. And I've also been spending the past, I think, 3 hours just sitting on my computer here replying to past comments that I missed over the past 6 months, I believe it is. And there is a lot to go through. So once again, thank you for all the support you guys have been showing me. I didn't actually realize how many missed comments I have missed over the past couple of 6 months, but there is quite a lot. So I'm going to be replying to them all day today. I've got this video to edit, and anyways, let's get stuck into showing these tanks. You don't care about this. So I'm going to be starting off with this Aqua One aquarium here. This is one of my Nano Planted Aquariums. At the moment it just houses a little Siamese fighter fish. I believe this one is a Dumbo ear male fighter fish. As you can see, he is extremely beautiful with the amount of colors that he has. He cost me a lot of money, believe it or not, just to have those big fins on him. I think he was like $79.99 at my local pet store that I go to get all my fish from. And I'm having some major issues with all my aquariums actually, except my new tank that I just set up. And it's to do with duckweed, and a load of snails have just taken over all my aquariums. Now, I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but just on the glass everywhere, they're on the surface, they're sort of gliding across the surface of the water. I know it sounds silly, but they're doing it. They're down here. The shrimp tank is much worse. The snails are literally everywhere. You drop in a pellet or something for the shrimp to go nobble on, and the snails just absolutely cover it. And to be quite frank, it is getting so annoying just seeing the amount of snails. I don't mind snails in an aquarium. I actually support having snails in an aquarium because it's good for the aquarium ecosystem of it all. But the amount of snails that I do have in my tanks is a bit overboard. Now, I have had some suggestions saying to cut down on food for the tanks. I've done that, believe it or not. That's still not helping. I've done several water changes. I keep picking out big roots of snails and duckweed from the tanks. That's not helping because the duckweed grows back so fast. Like, I just did a water change yesterday. I got rid of all the duckweed on the surface, and as you can see, it's already growing back, and I don't know where it's coming from. I'm guessing it might be in the filter somewhere, which, by the way, is also a pain in the butt because the duckweed goes through this little vent at the back here. I have a built-in sump system on this tank, and it goes behind. So the filter pump, which is this little nozzle here, just on the other end, it gets clogged up with dead duckweed, and there's snail shells in there, and I'm constantly having, I'd say once a week, I'm constantly having to pull it out and wash it all out because it is getting stuffed full of snail shells and duckweed, and I am over it. So please, if anyone has any suggestions that would aid me in getting rid of the snails and stuff. Now, I have looked at snail rid, I think it is, but apparently it can also kill the shrimp if you have any in your tank, and I don't want to risk that just because I do have 5 to 6 shrimp in this tank. I don't want to risk that. So if you guys have any suggestions on how to combat this problem, please, please, please leave a comment down below in the comment box, and I will do my best to follow it. So far, I'm just considering ripping down all my Nano aquariums and just starting afresh, because it seems to be the only thing that will get rid of all the snails at the end of the day. Now, let's move on to my other tanks. Just down here. Now, I'm sorry about the glare on this aquarium. I'm really not certain what is causing it to be glary. Maybe if I switch this light off up here. Let's see if that helps. I mean, it helps a little bit, but you can still see me in the background there. Now, this is my shrimp tank. As you can see here, just the mass of snails that have taken over this aquarium. I'm probably gonna have to tear down this whole aquarium, clear out any snail eggs off all the plants. Just look at them all. They're just on the plants here, there, and they're just taking over the whole tank, and it's starting to get really annoying. It's also not too pretty to look at. This tank used to look so beautiful. It had 40 plus shrimp in, and just down below it, I'll switch off this light before we go down. This right here is my planted better aquarium, Siamese fighterfish. He's at the back there. He just had a huge feeding of bloodworms, so he's a bit plumped up at the moment, so I think he's just resting at the back there. But he is a blue half moon betta fish. He is absolutely beautiful. I've had to switch around the aquarium a couple times in his setup because there was once a huge lava rock here, which I had to get rid of because it was causing his fins. I don't know if you can see that. They're finally growing back, but it was causing his fins to get all ripped up. And it was just making him look very gnarly and not too happy. So I thought I'd get rid of it, replace it with this softer rock and then this bit of driftwood here. And it seems to be working well. I recently added these 2 Amazon swords here because the algae was starting to take over this aquarium massively, and I believe it's because it was getting a lot of light, but there wasn't enough plants in here to help absorb the light and all the fertilizers that I'm adding to my aquariums. But he also shares it with a couple red cherry shrimp. I don't know if you can see them. You probably can actually. And there's one at the back here. I believe there's also 5 in here. I made sure that I put 5 in each aquarium, so hopefully they would breed and grow. But I believe with the fighter fishes, it's going to be quite hard for them to grow because whenever there's little shrimplets on the floor, I feel like this little male fighter fish is just going to come eat them all. Quick mention that this plant here is a pothos, and I have it on this aquarium and the aquarium at the top with the Dumbo ear betta fish just to help absorb some of the traits they absorb from the aquarium. And it also aids in filtration, it absorbs any bad bacteria. So I highly recommend that if your aquarium is getting overtaken by algae, or you're just having a really bad time trying to equal out all your nitrates and stuff like that, that I chuck a pothos in the filter at the back because it does do very well with absorbing anything, and they're extremely fast growers. But the sad thing is it does block the view of the tank a bit, but it does sort of make it look a bit more natural. So I highly recommend going to your local aquarium store or even your local Bunnings or hardware store that sell plants and picking up one of these pothoses. Well guys, that is all for this video today. As I always say, I hope you enjoyed watching it. I'm walking through my Nano aquariums here. A lot of people will love these sort of videos, but a lot of people are mostly here for my bird videos, but I'm trying to accommodate everyone here, so I do plan on doing a lot more fish videos, a lot more bird videos. I have some great dog content coming out soon, so if you guys want to see all that, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you already haven't. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and as I always say, stay tuned for more content. Have a good one guys, see you in another video. Bye!